Hello there. I'm so sorry I lost track of time. All of a sudden it was 7 o'clock. So hello and welcome. Today is February the 21st, 2024. And I'll just wait until some people sign on and I'll see if they have some questions. Hi there. Hi, Amy. How are you? Welcome. You can let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? Nice to see you. Feels like we were just together just a little short while ago. Hi, Jackie. How are you? And it's Wednesday again. Hello. Hi, Cheryl. Hi. How are you? I hope everyone's doing well. Hi, Jane. We had a warmer day today. Today was 0 when it was sunny. Tomorrow, I think it's supposed to be about 12 degrees Celsius, but it's supposed to rain. So I have my fingers crossed, no rain, so I can take the dog to the park. Hi, Heather. Hi, Kelly. How are you all? Nice to see everybody. If you have a question, please type it into the chat box. I'd appreciate that, and I'll see what I can give you, what response I can give you. And just to remind you too, any information I do share, I'm by no means an expert. I'm sharing out of my own personal experiences and what I've learned on my journey as a medium. Hi, Siobhan, how are you? Oh, nice to see you. Aw. Does anybody have any questions at all about mediumship, anything, any kind of metaphysical questions, anything about spirit? Hi, how are you? Aw. Hi, Kathleen, how are you? I'm trying to think if there's some questions I've had people ask me that I could kind of answer right now. So I've noticed this week for myself, I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this, but I've had lots of kind of like unusual experiences and dreams, and I've been getting a lot of things clairaudiently. Hi, Kathleen. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. And I feel the very same way, right? Thank you for coming and giving me the opportunity, because whenever I do any kind of free work, I'm also practicing and I'm learning, and I'm having the opportunity to work with all kinds of different spirit communicators, which is awesome. So it kind of broadens my perspective and my skills also. Hi, Heather. I was wondering what I can do to raise my energy and take down my blocks so that I can connect with my daughter who has just recently passed. Yeah. You know, sometimes, not for all people, but for some people, when someone's recently passed, it takes a while because you're in the kind of in the depths of grief. So that kind of will put up a block when you're still dealing with the grief there. But suggestions, and I've done this, is, I'll think about my loved one, I'll talk to them, I'll even make an appointment and ask them to come in my dream, all those kind of things. It's like when you're in this silence and when you're in a good place. So for example, if you go for a walk in the woods, if you happen to have a dog and you're just enjoying the moment, looking at the trees, watching your dog, and you're not really thinking about anything in particular, you're not being overwhelmed by your emotions, that's usually the opportunity spirit will take to kind of get a message or a sign to you. So I find if you take the opportunity to just kind of like be in the quiet, just be and allow, then things can flow through easier. And for example, say you see, I don't know, you keep hearing a repeated song, the lights are flashing, anything like that. You're finding feathers, you're finding coins, anything like that. If you just acknowledge, and it's like, oh my goodness, I was just thinking of my daughter, and then I found this beautiful feather on my front step. You can say thank you and just acknowledge them, and that kind of strengthens the bond too between you, so they're aware that you're getting the messages, and that kind of builds your confidence too, because you feel, oh, I knew what I felt was real. I'm not making this up. Oh, that's so beautiful. There you go. So isn't that funny that I just said going for a walk? So definitely that would probably be a place that would resonate with you as well as her. Um, I'm just trying to think because my mom and dad did pass out long ago. Some of the things, well, like my dad would leave me signs of things that I knew without a doubt it was him. Like, for example, he would leave dimes, and it would only be a dime. I would find dimes in the most unusual places. Also, I found puzzle pieces. My dad did puzzles, but they would show up, like I would take my dog for a walk in the middle of the winter, and there on a sidewalk I would never go down, my dog just happened to want to go that way, would be a puzzle piece. So it's things like that, just being aware and kind of being open to things you might receive. I hope that helps. Yeah, Jane's saying 5 stages of grief, right? Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Yeah. So you've really got to be easy on yourself. Take it slow, go through that process. And I can guarantee you, your daughter is aware of what you're going through. She's looking over you, and she will find the right opportunity to come through for you to receive that message. So never worry about anything like that. When it needs to happen, it will happen. Hi, Alexandra. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Alexandra. Any other question? I hope that answered that question. That's a kind of really difficult question to answer in just a couple comments, but I felt one of my kids was pregnant today, and then I get a call. Oh, isn't that so beautiful, Cheryl? I'm so excited for you. Isn't that awesome when that happens? It's just awesome and good for you. And now you know. So I hope now, Cheryl, you're not going to question yourself. Talk about mother's intuition there and knowing in your gut that something's up. That's just awesome. And I think I might have mentioned this. I remember one morning I woke up and I'm like, oh my goodness. I was thinking about my daughter, and I knew she was having, stomach issues, etc. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this? And I just knew as soon as I woke up, and then my daughter called me later that day and said she was having some issues with her stomach. So it's lovely mother's intuition. We just kind of tune in immediately with our kids. Sarah's saying, I feel like my husband is mad at me. That's why I don't get anything from him. We were fighting it. No, absolutely not. No. And you know what, Sarah, if you're carrying that in your head, that's going to be a block for you. So you just got to release and let go of that emotion. And I think I mentioned before, when spirit goes to the other side, they get a bigger perspective of things. They understand things and how things were. And little things like a fight, or I don't know, someone owed you money, or someone never gave you a birthday gift. Those little earth problems mean nothing to them on the other side. So please don't worry about that at all. So if anything, I'm more concerned that that's a block for you and you're in some way blocking that. So just let that go. You can just sit in the silence and just say, right? I'm letting this block go about this argument because I know my husband is happy and healthy on the other side. I shouldn't feel any guilt. There's no resentment. There's none of these things. And I'm open to communicating with him. So try that. And I know that's going to make a difference. So please don't think any of those things. Because, a lot of us, I remember just saying, thinking to myself when my dad passed, if only. No, there's no if only. It's gone. It's done. Your loved one's transitioned to the other side. Now it's almost like I want to say they have like a deeper knowledge of their experience on earth. So they understand things on what do I want to say? A level of like unconditional love and a deeper understanding of soul lessons. So never think that they're angry at you or they don't want to talk to you. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Sarah, my guilt has been all right, try that, Sarah. Please. It's like, give yourself a break. I feel like your husband's saying this too. It's like, give yourself a break. What's the matter with, and it's almost like sometimes, and I did this too when my parents passed. It's almost like our brain wants to pick up on something else. So instead of thinking about the transition and missing them, their physical presence and they're not there and the whole passing, you pick up on something else and your brain focuses on that, so you don't have to do the grieving part. So just think about that, Sarah. Are you kind of avoiding doing the grieving and what you need to do and go through? Because let me tell you, I did for a long time. I was like blank. I couldn't feel any. I was just blank. I don't know how long I was blank. And then for myself, I couldn't let it all out, because I thought if I let it all out, I'm gonna blow up. I don't know what's gonna happen. I was too terrified. So I would let a little bit out at a time, and that's how I grieve. And I know I'm still grieving, and you know, grief isn't something you get over. So I just let a little bit out at a time, what I can manage on my own. So I don't know if that helps you at all, Sarah. Yeah, exactly. So it's just, you know, be easy on yourself, take care of yourself. Just know, you know, how can I word this? I'm just trying to think about my feelings when how it was with my parents. You know, be easy on yourself, take care of yourself. Don't push yourself to do anything that you don't want to do. So it's like, respect yourself first, respect yourself. Let yourself be in that healing mode. You know, if it's like walking in nature is a big one for me. So it's walking in nature helps you do that. If it's having a nap in the afternoon, do that. If it's having a long bubble bath, do that. Take care of yourself. And, you know, and then I feel when you kind of get into that mode, then the grief can kind of rise a little bit to the surface, and then you can just let as much out as that you can handle at that time, what's right for you. Don't look at anybody else. And I think I might have mentioned, I'm the eldest of 6 children. So 2 of my sisters, we just helped each other. So when we were having a bad day, I'd phone my sister. She would listen. I'd go on and on for 40 minutes, probably repeating myself, driving her crazy. And she would listen and just hold space for me. Then the next time she would go on and cry, and I would hold space for her. And that helped me a great deal, because when you have like a family member or a sibling to talk to, it's like you don't have to go over the whole thing, and they understand what you're going through immediately. So if you do have a sibling or someone who's really close to you, just having them as a sounding board would be wonderful too. Yeah, Dawn, I feel as time goes on. I know. You know, it's just, I agree. I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, I talk to myself, and it's like the physical presence you miss so deeply. But when I feel into that missing, there's almost like a deeper layer there, and I just feel that love. And I know that our relationship is eternal. And I know that he's around me. He knows what's happening. He's supporting me and all my siblings. So I just don't leave it at that missing. I just try, like, I'm going a little deeper here, because it's more than that. And again, and I think I've mentioned this before, like, I celebrate family members that are in spirit. I celebrate them every day. So I might have their photograph out. I might talk to them. I might share funny stories. So I really do celebrate them. And that took time, right? And that helps me in the grieving, because it just, and then it brings back good memories and those emotions. So I do celebrate them. Like, when you're ready to do that, you know, and I'll phone my sister and said, you won't believe what happened. I woke up this morning, I was thinking of Dad, and remember this? She's like, yeah, I remember that. And we'll just have that talk. And I know, in a sense too, I also feel when I'm inspired to do that, I know my dad's inspiring me too. It's almost like, you know, your sister's thinking about me too. She needs you right now. Reach out to her and just have a chat. So I never really question what's happening. I just always know I'm being inspired by my family members in spirit too. I hope that kind of help. Kathleen said, Dawn, I agree. It's only been almost 3 months, and I feel it hard. Yeah. Oh, my heart goes out to you all. Absolutely. Like I said, you know, respect yourself, take care of yourself, be easy on yourself. And, you know, I don't want to sound flippant or anything, but it's a part of the life process. You understand? It's like the cycle of life. So for me, thinking about that helped me. It kind of helped me to think, you know, this is a part of what life is, right? It's part of the lessons. Think about what your loved one brought into your life and the lessons you shared together and how you're going to carry on their memory, their legacy for the other generation. So I always try and make it positive and then put it into action. That's my strategy, what works for me. So take whatever you can from that, but my heart goes out for everybody grieving. Absolutely. Hi, Lise. Hi, Shanae. Any other questions? Grieving, yeah, yeah. Very, very tough, very tough. And again, I just want to remind everyone does it in their own way. And even with the steps in grieving, sometimes you'll jump to one, then you'll go back two. So you just, I don't want to say you got to go with the flow, but you just got to, I'd rather say you got to be easy on yourself and just be in the moment, accept what's happening, go through what you got to go through, and then slowly, move forward. I guess that's the best way that I can say it. And I really do feel like myself personally by being able to, I feel like I'm going to cry all of a sudden. Just being able to help other people that are grieving, being able to do that, it helps me to heal too. So even if, you feel you want to help others in some way, that will assist you in your healing too. Absolutely. It's like the healer heals thyself, by helping others to heal, you actually heal yourself too. And I tell you, it's like a privilege. Lisa, I'm taking all this new information in. I just lost my mom a week ago, so thank you for all the info. Oh, you're so welcome, Lisa. Yeah, my heart's with you. My heart's with you. I understand. I lost my dad, 3 years ago, and then like about a year, less than 2 years later, my mom, I lost my mom. So yeah, it's tough. It is tough. And that whole generation. And then my mother-in-law passed away, my father. So we lost that whole generation, like in one sweeping, it was, quite difficult. We're all still processing that, everyone in the family. Yeah. Kathleen, do they think about the things they mentioned before they pass? For example, my mom was actively dying for a week before. Let me just see what it says here with more. Sometimes my phone is troublesome. I'm saying that nicely. Darn. There's a ... but my darn phone doesn't want me to open it up. So do they think about the things they mentioned before they passed? You know what? I've never really thought of that. I'm trying to think of some things. You know what? I really don't think so. I think a lot of it it's almost like there's subconscious kind of processing because they're aware they're going to pass. So I remember my dad would say kind of unusual things and do unusual things. Like I remember closer to the end, he couldn't walk. So he'd want to be in the wheelchair. He'd want to go in his chair in the living room and watch a show. It would last 6 minutes. Then he would go back to the bed and it would be like boom, boom, boom. And my dad would have things like he would have us at night. He would have us wheel him around in the wheelchair around the house. And it was looking to make sure that there were light bulbs in the lamps. This was working, that was working. So my dad was more action than talking. He did say to me just before, passing, he did say to me, he just looked at me, he said, it's all about love. And I said, Dad, you're absolutely right. And we also had a conversation. He goes, I'm going to die. And I said, you know what, Dad? I said, we're all going to die. And he kind of smiled. And that gave him like a sense of understanding. Do you know what I mean? That it's part of the process of life. Birth, right? Birth, death, and rebirth. So I remember little things like that. I'm just trying to I don't know what happened, but I just know that my mom and dad didn't really want us to be there at night. Near the end, we stayed at night to assist. And my dad said to me, you don't want to be here at night. You don't want to know all the shenanigans going on. So I can just imagine, you know, I just, my intuition was just saying there was a lot of crying, there was a lot of screaming, there was a lot of things, and he just didn't want any of us to know any of that. I don't know if that helps at all. I guess I'm just saying that, you know, everyone releases that anxieties and the fears in different ways. Yeah, Lise, I lost my husband 1 year ago. So hard. My heart's with you. Kathleen, she was still with it, and I know exactly what she was talking about, and I couldn't help her. Kathleen, I don't want you to think like you couldn't help her, because you did help her. You were there in her, you were holding space with her. She knew that you were there. She could feel your love. She could feel your energy. I always think that, you know, after our loved one goes, we're just so hard on ourselves. And I think that's part of the grieving process also, right? The what if, should have did this. Oh my God. And I tell you, me and all my, we all went through that also, like, and my parents were ill during COVID. So it was so dramatic. Only so many could be in the hospital. We couldn't be in the hospital. This was happening. It was just crazy what went down. But, so never think about that you did help her. You are helping her. She's aware of what you're doing. She's connected to you. She loves you unconditionally. She's inspiring you, all these things. The relationship continues. It's just a little different now, right? So just remember that. And, you know, in some ways, I think, wow, it's just marvelous, because, you know, my dad can be with me at any time. He knows what I'm doing, and my brothers and all at the same time. So they just have this ability to be almost like everywhere and everything for everyone when you're on the other side. So I hope I don't sound like I'm one of those Pollyanna people, but I'm just positive, and I know we're meant to be positive. And it's not, don't cry, don't feel, go through all those things that you need to do. And I don't even want to say this, but I'm going to. It's like a tunnel. Do you know what I mean? And then you come out, and then you start to see a little bit of light, and you just go a little, and you're just going closer and closer, right? Till you come out the other side. And you'll still miss them. You'll still, yeah. I feel like I'm going to have a good cry tonight after this event. I've been thinking about my dad too. Yeah, recently. There you go. Dawn said my dad mentioned that he has all his teeth now. He didn't have his partial. Well, there you go. Not only that, but they're healthy, they're youthful, they're happy. They're with friends and family members that have passed over. They're learning. They have kind of like jobs that they're doing. They're aware of what you're doing. They're inspiring you. All these things. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. Thank you. That makes me feel good. I'm trying to, you know, I'm channeling spirit and what the spirit world wants you to know also. It's really important. I just keep getting, you know, and today again, like spirit just said to me when I was meditating before, saying, you know, just remind people it's not about you. And I said, okay, yeah. Oh, I never thought of that. Like, I don't want to be like, people are thinking, oh, it's Wendy, because it's nothing really to do with me. I'm like the channel or the instrument. And I just work really hard in being open and allowing these messages to come through, and to, you know, surrender and have the confidence to share them with others. That's it. That's all I do. There's nothing other than that. That's it. And I really, truly believe that everyone can do what I do. Right? It's just, you've got to decide what you want to do. So your passion for the spirit world, helping others, healing, bringing knowledge about the universe in large, you might do that as your job as a chef. You might do that as a teacher. You might do that as a doctor. You might do that as a florist. Whatever you do, I just knew part of my journey, because I knew that as a young child, that somehow what I was going to do was going to be connected to your soul and and an understanding of death, because I just needed to know what that was. And then I was like, nobody knows this. Nobody knows this. And I just wanted to share that with others. Thus, the whole mediumship developed, because the spirit world was like, whoa, we got somebody. All right, she's signing up. Let's go grab her and let's see how far she wants to go. So that's kind of like how it is. I hope that makes sense. Sounds kind of silly, I know, but so I'm just the instrument. I'm nobody special. Nope. Just putting in the hard work. And I have that compassion, I want to say. Compassion for everything. So hug a tree, hug a dog, hug a rock, hug everything. So now I'm being silly. Oh boy, someone better ask a question. I'm going a little bonkers now. Hi, Glenda, how are you? Any other questions about, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I give this advice to a lot of my clients and my students. Please, like tonight, find a journal. Just get an empty notebook and just write your thoughts and your questions in that. Because I really do believe if you're writing it down and you're focusing on these things, you'll get answers or signs in some way. It may be from one of your loved ones. You might see, I don't know, you might see a documentary on TV and it answers some of your questions. You might find the perfect course to take. Your guide might start working with you. So really, that's how my journey began. I just was asking questions and I just wanted to know. I was just curious and like a detective, like I need to know just within me. Like there's just this need, this drive. I had no choice. So write things down, reflect on things. How do we let a spirit know we forget them? Just let them know that. Sit in the quiet. Tell them. And I have done, you know what? I did do this. I couldn't say it at first, so I wrote my mom a letter. And I wrote down all the things that kind of hurt me and things that I was dealing with. And then it was funny. So at the beginning, I'm like, this made me feel this way. This made me feel it. So by the time I got to the end of the letter, I was telling her how much I love her. So it was very healing. So it's that writing and that reflection is so important. And I know she was there with me. So then my next step after writing that letter was actually being able to, say it or feel it inside and to be able to relay that. I hope that helps. Dawn said, I think my dad was with me today because I was signing a paper and wrote my last name. It's hyphenated. And he just popped. My more isn't working. Seymour isn't working. But I'm just going to assume he kind of popped into your head and you thought of him at that moment. So absolutely, Dawn, if you're thinking of your loved one in spirit, they pop into your head. Absolutely, that's them. Lise, I think the car and visit me during my sleep. Hi, Mary. Yes, absolutely. I think I told you the story where my fire alarm went off like 2 nights in a row at the same time and nothing was wrong with the batteries and there was no fire. And I just sat and I said, what is this about? Okay, this is a warning. Something's going on. What is this? And then my dad said, in my mind, my dad said to me, your mother's having troubles. It's an emergency. You have to go and check on her. So I knew without a doubt, and I did it, and she was. Do you remember that story? The fire, I said, the fire alarm keeps going off. I don't know what's going on. And by the second evening, I knew. And it was funny, it was at 3 a.m. too. I get a lot of things at 3 a.m. from spirit. So, and I knew it was my dad. It was like his warning sign, that would be exactly something my dad would do to get your attention. That's my dad. But yeah, absolutely. Any other questions at all about? Hi, Ashley. So I hope the main I guess the main theme, I don't know, Spirit just wants me to repeat this about, be easy on yourself in the grieving. Don't expect certain things, or if you hear stories, people are saying this and that, just remember, you do you. You do you, right? So just remember that. Be easy on yourself. I just want to say, I don't know how else to say that other than all in good time, Things will be revealed as they should be. I really believe in the divine timing. And sometimes you're thinking, oh, nothing's happening. I'm not getting any messages, but you don't know what's happening in the background. Do you know what I mean? Like possibly your loved one's been giving you this sign for the last week and you're just ignoring it, or you don't believe it, or you got free will. You could say, no, and then you forget it. Then it comes again. You don't even notice it this time because you've already discarded it. So you just don't know what's in the background. And I can guarantee you that your loved ones in spirit want to communicate with you as much as you do. Absolutely. And if you remember what I said about healing, the healer heals himself as they heal others. So a healing message you receive from your loved one in spirit not only heals you, but it heals them too. It's like healing all around. And the audience members that are listening to these messages, it's healing them too. Isn't that beautiful? And it's like my dad said, it's all about love. It's just about love. It's that, I don't want to say simple, but it's just love. So you can forget all that other stuff you're worrying about, this and that and this and that, and just go back to love. Absolutely. All right. Heather, I feel like I am tormenting my daughter by calling for her and talking to her so much. Yeah, so even if you're getting, what would that be about? You know what? I can guarantee you, Heather, you only have to ask once. So it's like ask, release. Now it's out there. And again, I've had loved ones in spirit say to me that when you call my name or you ask for advice, they're saying it's almost like there's like a heart light or like a heartstring that connects you to them, and they know immediately. They know. So don't think that she's ignoring you. She knows. The thing is, to a lot of people don't think about, perhaps where you are in your grieving or the message she needs to bring you, you're not quite ready yet, because that happens sometimes, right? Sometimes people go to mediums and they're trying to go every month. It's like, no, you got to do some healing and wait and come back in 6 months so your loved one in spirit has something to share with you, something that you're ready to hear in your progress. So never think, right, that they're not coming for a reason or whatever. And you just put it out there once and surrender it. Just let it go. Or it's like you're putting in a block. It's almost like a block, right? It's almost like obsessive compulsive kind of thing. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I'm feeling it's kind of like that. So once it's that, believe me, they know. And it might be for a reason they are not coming. Perhaps instead of giving you a message, maybe they're working behind the scenes, maybe for you to find the right resource to read, or to find that right person to speak to, or it could be a whole bunch of things. But when it happens and it brings healing to you, that, whoa, this is a gift. Thank you. And I always say thank you when I receive these gifts. It's just so awesome. So it's just that, that belief, that surrender. I hope that helped you. I hope that helped you, Heather. Okay. Hi, Corinne. Okay, so let me so if there's no more, I'm getting really hot. So that's telling me that spirit's getting close. I'm like sweating. Okay. Whew. All right. So tonight I'm doing readings tonight to 8:15 because I have a practice circle for my students that I need to get to. So there's some beautiful, amazing future mediums on their way. So I'm so excited. I just can't wait. And just a reminder, I've talked about that I'm not an expert. I don't have to say that again. I've said that too many times. Just a reminder that tonight will be recorded and then I'll post on my YouTube channel. Lise just said he came in my bed beside me and I'm not sure what that... Is that spirit? Lise, he came in my bed beside me and something in my back. Sorry, I'm French. Okay, I'm not quite sure. It sounds like it was some kind of message you received. Oh, a shiver, a shiver. There you go. So there's a knowingness. So you might know in your gut, you might get a shiver, you might feel a breeze, you might feel a hug. You just know. You just know. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, awesome. All right, I forgot what I was just saying. Oh yes, that you're giving permission for me to post this. Even if you don't get a personal one-on-one message from me this evening, remember your love. I'm telling you, they're here and they're watching and they know we've been doing this for, I don't know how long I've been doing this on Wednesday. So they're aware, the spirit world's aware. And I can tell you my team's aware. They're like, yeah, we know stuff. Stop talking to us about it. We know what's happening. So I just want to remind you to listen to the messages. So I can guarantee you there will be a message that resonates with you, and take that into your heart and receive that healing. All right. So let me just, okay. So I'm just going to say my intention before we get started. So my intention is to give evidence of the survival of consciousness after death, and messages of love and healing to demonstrate that our relationships are eternal. Your loved ones are always around you. They love and miss you and wish to communicate with you as well. They're aware of what you're doing. They'll check in on you once in a while. They might come in dreams or send other signs as inspiration, guidance, and just to remind you, yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Continue on with your life. Do the things that you need to do. Fulfill your lessons, because I'm here and I'm supporting you and I love you. Okay. All right. So the readings this evening are going to be spirit guided. So I go to spirit. And then if you can take 80 to 100% of what I've said, type yes in the chat. And just listen. Just listen carefully before you say yes, and then I'll work out who it's for. So if everyone could just relax and take a deep breath in, hold, and release. So when you inhale again, I just want you to open that heart light I talked about, that it connects you to the spirit world, because after all, we're spirit having a human experience right now. Welcome your loved ones in spirit in, release, inhale one more time. Hold and release. I'm just going to say my prayer, then I'm going to get started. Okay. Wow. I'm in a funny mood today. I was just thinking right now how thankful I am. Okay. All right. Okay. I did have a gentleman come in a little earlier with me, so I just want to see if he's here. Okay. So I'm aware of a gentleman right now, and it's kind of interesting. I'm just feeling into what he's trying to tell me. And he's showing, like, he's wearing a shirt, but he's showing me all white here around his neck. So I feel that this gentleman may have had like throat cancer or throat surgery. And he's saying to me, you know, I'm not a believer in this stuff. I'm not a believer in this stuff. So you know what his attitude would be about doing any kind of like spirit communication? He's just saying, I'm not a believer in this stuff. He's like, I'm like a beer and pizza sports kind of guy. So that's kind of the attitude he's giving me. And he just keeps emphasizing his throat. I just keep seeing his throat emphasized. When I'm just looking at him now, so I'm seeing it's like a round face. I don't know why I want to say bulldog. Isn't that funny that I want to say bulldog? And he's laughing. He goes, yeah, I guess I kind of got a face like a bulldog. He's saying that. And I'm also getting, it's interesting, this could possibly be his career, or there's a story about that. He's showing me tow trucks. I'm seeing tow trucks. It feels like it's tow trucks. Like I'm seeing tow truck, cars being towed. And I know this gentleman was kind of like a no-nonsense guy, right? Like very, why do I want to use the word powerful? Like powerful, like he got respect from people. Can you take that, Lisa? I see yes from Lisa. I'm just going to make sure can you take most of that information that I've given? Okay, but no okay, Lisa, yes. Can you take a problem with his throat? I don't know. It feels like it's throat cancer, and I'm like seeing all white here, and it almost feels like it's like gauze, all of it. Okay, Lisa, this is for you. Okay, thank you. That's awesome. Look at that. And could I just emphasize here that this gentleman wanted to come through so much that he connected with me earlier. Maybe about an hour ago he connected with me. He had cancer. Yes, thank you very much. So he really wanted to come through. Okay. He's talking about your concerns, worries, guilt over his suffering. Is that correct? Like he's acknowledging that. And it's like it's almost like he's like making apologies for that. Like I'm sorry that you had to witness that and suffer that because of me. He's saying it just like that. Okay, let me see what else he wants to say. It's really funny too. And he's your father. Yes, he's my father-in-law. Okay, thank you. I was just filling into the relationship there. And he's calling you an angel. Do you understand that? He's calling you an angel. So I know, because he's just not like this gentleness, like a gentleness in touch, a gentleness in voice. And he's just connecting it to you, this gentleness in the things you did to make him comfortable. He's acknowledging that. And it might be just, nothing simple, of course, but it just might be something like putting a blanket around him. How are you doing? Like touching his hand, things like that. So he's acknowledging that. And he's saying something about he knew there was a problem because there was like a change in his voice. Can you take that? For some reason, he's talking about a gravelly voice. And he's saying gravelly voice. He's saying it just like that. Gravelly voice. So I feel this was a thing that like continued kind of to develop. Like something was wrong. He's like gravelly voice. Oh. He's just emphasizing this voice and difficulty like speaking like that. Okay, I understand. Okay. And he wants you to relay the message to the family because he's saying, he wants to thank the family because they all stepped up and they were there for him. And that's really important that they know that. He's saying they all stepped up and they were there for me. He's saying it. And I see a lot of people. So I see a lot of people. I don't know what the tow truck was about. I'm getting the tow truck again. I don't know if someone's car just recently broke down or there's a funny story about a car breaking down because he just brought that tow truck through so clearly. So I just want to emphasize that tow truck again in case there's some story about a car breaking down or something like that. Okay. It's almost like he owned a company. My husband was supposed to take over. Oh, okay. And he's just showing me other things. Like, I really feel, and you can confirm this for me, did he in some way kind of keep his sense of humor or people around him? Like I just feel like humor that helped to kind of lift the environment, like, because he's showing me funny things. Like he's saying, look at this, I lost all this weight, my pants were falling down. Like he's just and he's saying it like almost like with a sense of humor. Like I'd stand up, my pants would go down. He's saying funny things like that to me. Oh, it was a garage and thank you very much, Lisa. That makes absolute, like, I'm like, why does it keep showing me tow truck? Okay, thank you. All right. So I know there was some kind of like humor, like just to like get through things. Cause he's like, I stood up and my pants stood down. It's funny gentleman. Okay. And he's just showing me his hands. So I feel there, why was he showing me his hands? I feel like there was a ring. Was there a ring that was passed down to somebody? Why do I feel it's a ring? Because I just see fingers. I feel a ring. I feel like it feels like a gold ring, a ring. Something about a ring. He said a family ring? There's something about a ring he's talking about. And this ring is of significance. Can you take that? Something with a ring. And he's saying how proud he was of this ring. Like he loved this ring. Okay. Could it have been, it almost feels like, darn, what do you call that kind of ring? It's like big, it's high. It doesn't look like a wedding band to me. So there's something about a ring. So I just want to share the ring with you because again, he's talking about a ring. I'm seeing fingers and I'm seeing a ring. Why is he, he said he couldn't wear his ring because of his work. And the ring's somewhere. There's something about this ring. Okay. Okay. And he's just saying something about his son. So I know there's a message for his son. So let me just get the message and then I'll bring someone else through because I promised I wouldn't do really long readings tonight. So when he's acknowledging your husband or his son, he's saying like chip off the old block. He's saying it like that, chip off the old block. So he's saying that. And he's talking about being very proud of him. Very proud, he's saying. I'm so proud of him. Chip off the old block. And he's just like he's just showing like he's admiring him and like and how he reminds him of his own youth in some way. Because he's just like, oh, look at this, look at this. It's like getting to relive, you know, watching him grow up and what a good man he is. And again, he's saying, of course, he's a good man because, and then he's referring to you, how he married you, because he's saying how good you are for him. So he's just bringing it back to you, how good you are for him. And he's just he's thanking you again. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do for the family. And it's like big, not just as somebody saying thank you for what you do for the family. And I feel that you would be one of those persons that would be like, if you're coming for some kind of holiday or a gathering, you'd be right in there helping everybody, bringing a dish. It's like you're part of the family. You're part. There you go. He accepted me. It's like he's saying you're part of the family. You're right in there. You're digging in with everyone. You're not one of those standing on the back burner watching everybody. You're in there. You're getting your hands dirty. And he's like, thank you so much for that, because that meant the world to me. And he's saying, you know, I couldn't have found a better daughter-in-law. He's saying it just like that. And I'm going to leave you with all his love, Lisa. Isn't he awesome? Wow, what a lovely gentleman. And it was really important it came through tonight. So I want you to know that. He just nabbed me. He nabbed me earlier. Okay. Okay. Lovely. I don't know what the connection to bulldog was, but it was funny. It was like for somebody looked like a bulldog. But anyways, I think you said you could take everything. Okay. So, okay. Just going to make sure that he's gone. He has such big energy. Okay. Okay. I feel that well, I'm aware that I have a female in spirit. I feel that it's an aunt or a great aunt. And I feel that there's some connection here to, what is this? It's either dementia or it's Alzheimer's. So there's something about memory. is she showing me this? It's interesting. She's showing herself like, it sure feels like it's a nightgown, like a traditional nightgown. And I feel what she's relaying to me is I feel that she may have been confined like to a bed for some reason. I don't know if it's because, is it the medication she was taking would make her dizzy, would make her sleepy? Is it she would wander, or it's a combination of these things? You're so welcome, Lisa. Can someone take a female in spirit? I might be off on aunt, but it just feels like an aunt energy to me. I just can't get rid of this feeling of an aunt or a great aunt. And something to do with her memory, and it might have been, look, in her later years, she just keeps talking about like being confined. So she might have gone to like a long-term care facility, because I feel like she's in this space and like she's not allowed to leave it. She's just telling me that. And she's talking about like medication would make her tired. Sometimes she'd feel dizzy, figuring out the medication. Am I lucid? Am I not? Something about that. Can anyone say my aunt? Cheryl, say grandma, mother-in-law. Okay. Let me just get some more information about that. But there's something about the medication and being like moved to somewhere where she's not allowed to leave, like she has her own like kind of space and she has to be there. And she keeps talking about like medication, like trying to find the right medication. Like she feels dizzy, she feels sleepy. I don't know, I have like it's almost like trouble walking, but then I see her trying to slip out of bed anyways and go for a walk. And she might have been knowing like on that floor where she stayed, like she would just go for a walk. And it like, I don't know, why do I keep getting nightgown again, going for a walk in her nightgown? So I just kind of get this like, and it's funny, the word shenanigans is coming out. What my dad said earlier, you don't want to know the shenanigans going on. So I feel there was some kind of shenanigans going on. Okay. So not dementia. Okay. I'm just looking at what people are saying right here. Let me see what else I can get. So Cheryl said, sounds like my aunt 100%. Cheryl, I think I'm with you because I just feel aunt so strongly. I just can't get over aunt. I can't like push it aside. It just keeps coming back, aunt. And can you take Cheryl that she had some difficulties like with memory? If it's like memory, or for some reason she had to go to another, like it feels like a long-term health care, yes. Okay. Thank you. And that she had like her space, but it was almost like, I don't want to say she's trying to escape, but it's almost like she would be a bit of a wanderer. Can you take a wanderer? I just keep getting wandering. Why does she keep showing me wandering? Okay. And I feel that there was, it feels like a gentleman, like what would you call those? Like a healthcare, like an aide or somebody would help. And yeah, she hated, yeah, I kind of didn't go that direction because I didn't want to upset anybody, but I was feeling that. So I didn't want to say, I was backing away from escape. I went with wandering instead of trying to get the heck out of here. And now that you've said that, like I'm hearing things like, there should have been like bars on the window. She's saying it like that. Like as a person, she's saying it like that. But there was some male, it feels like a male caregiver or somebody on the floor that would like make sure everybody was like okay. It's almost like she's showing me him as being a bouncer. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like he would go up walking down the halls and make sure like everybody was in their room, everybody was asleep. And she's giving me the attitude almost like she's peeking out to see if he's around. I don't know. She's giving me that kind of, that's what she's giving me, that whole scenario there. Okay. Is this aunt connected to your mother's side of the family, Cheryl? Is it your mother's side of the family? I don't know. I just feel a lot of female energy there. Yes, okay. She's also talking about a purse. So I don't know if she would kind of get like, talk about, where's my purse? Where's my purse? Where's my stuff? Like, I don't know if she was like afraid, like people are stealing my money. People are taking stuff out of my purse. I just feel this like concern about her purse, her handbag. Like, look, where's my handbag? Where's my stuff? Where's the, like concerned about things like that. Okay. All right. And let me just see why she's coming through. Oh. When I asked her that, she's just talking, she said the word to me, confinement. So, okay, what do you mean by that, confinement? Cheryl, can you take at the moment that you feel like you're being confined or there's some kind of pressure on you where you have to, what is it? You got to make a decision you don't want to make. What is she saying? It's almost like I'm getting that feeling between a rock and a hard place. Do you understand that, Cheryl? She's saying to me, she's saying like my niece stuck between a rock and a hard place. She's saying it like that. She's got to make a decision. She's got to make a decision. Okay. And what's she saying about that? I get it. I know exactly what she's saying. Okay, I got it. Thank you. So she's saying to you, okay. She's saying you are going to eventually have to make a decision, or she's referring to her own situation near the end of her life and being somewhere she didn't want to be, almost like being in a prison. So she's saying to you, are you aware you're creating your own self-prison for yourself? She's saying it like that, like you're doing it to yourself because you're not making a decision. That's what she's saying. You're doing it to yourself, like you're creating a prison around yourself because you're like, I'm here, blinders on, not making a decision. Nope, 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 nope. And she's saying, well, just be aware that you're doing that to yourself. You're imprisoning yourself. And then it's funny, she's talking about, I don't know, she's showing me flowers. She's showing me beautiful flowers. I don't know if they're petunias or daisies. And they're just beautiful and they're bright and they're airy. And she's like, she's going back to memories of you as a child and being younger and remembering that sense of freedom and simplicity and beauty and joy. And she's saying, just in case you've forgotten, she's saying that's where you're going to. That's your goal. So she's reminding you of that. It's like, she's saying like, it's not all, she doesn't want you to think about it's all or nothing. Like, I don't know why she's talking about loss. She's saying it's not about loss, it's about a win. She's saying that. And she's just saying, you never lose yourself. You never lose when you find yourself. She's just saying it like that. And she's funny, so she's like, keep an eye on your coppers. She wants you to keep an eye on your money. So like coppers, like pennies. She's like, keep an eye on your money. She wants you to keep an eye on your purse too. Keep an eye on it. Know what's in the account, know the balance, watch where the money is, where's it flowing. So she just wants you to do that. And again, she's just saying again, like money is power. So you got to know where your money is. Money is power. Okay. And it's funny, she's just saying, I'm saying hello to all the ladies. So I think that's ladies are friends, females in the family. It's like I'm saying hello to the ladies. Hello to the ladies. And I think you're going to know what that means when she says ladies. And I'm going to leave you with all her love. Wow, awesome. Awesome lady. Thank you so much for working with me there, Cheryl. Okay. 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 All right. Okay, I'm just going to say what I'm getting here. So I feel that somebody right now, it sounds almost like it's psychic, but I hope then the spirit person's going to come in. Maybe this is the way they want you to identify yourself. I feel that someone's planning a trip right now, and it's a long trip. It's like, and I'm going to tell you it's a long trip, and is it a female or a male? I don't know right now. They're talking about someone who's planning a long trip somewhere they've always wanted to go, and I feel like it could possibly be Australia, and they're saying to me kangaroo, kangaroo, kangaroo. So is anybody been thinking about planning like a long trip? How long? I know I've been to Australia. I think it's 24-hour flight. So is somebody here, have you been thinking about planning a long flight somewhere, almost to like a dream location you've always wanted to go? And I don't know if this kangaroo is like referring to the airlines. I don't know what the airlines is. Is it called Aussie? I don't know. Can anyone take this connection to Australia, planning a big trip? And I'm talking hours to go. It's like a dream. It's like a dream. We're going to go there. We're going to explore this. And then I'm getting connections to like, I'm getting connections to, it almost feels like Indiana Jones. Do you know what I mean? It's like exploring the outback, exploring the outback. I'm seeing like, I'm seeing like Jeeps. I'm seeing a lot of sand. I'm seeing mountains in the background. Like, can anyone was thinking of a trip for next year? Okay, Dawn was. Were you thinking anything at all connected to Australia or kangaroos? Or were you like looking at a book and just flipping through going, wow, that would be cool. That would be cool. I haven't worked with Dawn yet, right? Okay. Because I almost feel that this is, Spirit is saying they're aware of you doing this and thinking about this. Sort of. Okay. I just want to know how much you've been thinking of. You've been thinking about it. Okay, so that's okay. Have you like picked up any kind of like travel brochures? That's okay. That's oh, you're from Australia. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I got to get more because I'm seeing like travel brochures. Travel brochures. It's almost like someone's looking. I think it's more intentional just rather than like thinking. Okay, let me get more. Okay. I kept getting outback, outback, outback. Who is that who said they're from Australia? Shanae, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Shanae. Have you been thinking about like going to the outback or traveling somewhere within Australia, somewhere that you've always wanted to go? And to me, it almost feels like, I know I said mountains, but it doesn't feel like mountains. It's almost like red rock. It almost feels like it's a tribal kind of like a sacred place. Does any of that resonate with you? Oh boy, so sweet. I just let the cat out of the bag. Let me see about Shanae, if she can take any of that. Do you have any connection to the outback? Why don't they want to show them? No travel plans. Okay. All right. So let me just figure out what this plan is. So I had someone, my nephew is moving to Australia for work. That's Carol. Okay. Okay. And Carol, can you take, like he's been looking at information, right, about Australia? Like what's the temperature? What's there? What can I see? Things like that. Because I feel like they've been doing research, like research and planning. And that makes sense if he's going to be moving there for work. So obviously he's got to find somewhere to live, etc. Okay, let me just see who's coming through and giving me this information. So that's Carol's nephew. Sorry, your nephew. I'm going to write that down because in a minute I'm going to forget. Nephew. Okay. Does your nephew, what would that relationship be if it's your nephew? Does your nephew have either a father? I feel it's a male. Does he have either a father or a grandfather in spirit? Carol? Because I feel a male there. This is a male that's bringing through this information. Let me just give you some information about this male. I feel that it's a male in spirit who's getting your nephew identified through this information about Australia, because it was really specific. And, okay. It almost feels like it's an older gentleman. It's funny. It feels like older, quiet, but wise. And he's very, the spirit's just showing me that he's very like meticulous. Like he's a thinker, he's a planner, because he's showing, like he's like wearing little like spectacles, and like he's looking through like work. He's like looking through it, like looking at numbers, and I don't know if this gentleman was in like, this is going to sound very bizarre. Like if he was like, oh, thank you. Oh boy. All right. I'm hoping I'm going to stick with Carol here. I'm just seeing if anything I'm saying, Carol, if you could say yes, if you can take any of that information, where I felt it was a male in spirit for coming through, identifying the nephew. And I feel it's an older gentleman, and I feel that he's very, what did I just say? I can't remember now, but that he's very like logically minded. And I had this feeling like almost like he was like a prospector. It's almost like he was good with numbers, maybe investing, like he's looking over things, facts and figures. I'm just going to wait for a moment for Carol to see if she can take any of this. I haven't seen her in a bit. Okay, let me see what else. I feel that, okay, he's saying that your nephew's going to settle either Sydney or Melbourne. I might be wrong, but he's just identifying like a larger city there. And he's also saying that he's not sure. Oh, darn. Okay. Let's not talk about your nephew right now, Carol, because obviously the spirit wanted you identified through your nephew. So can you take a male in spirit? Yes, for yourself. Could be wife's dad. Okay. Okay. And can you take that personality? I said that he was a quieter gentleman, very, what's the word? Like I just see him, he's wearing glasses and he's like looking things over. He's reading things like almost like with a fine-tooth comb. So he was like very kind of like, I want to say analytical, and kind of almost like what, because I see him reading. It could actually, I think this is a newspaper, and then someone would come in and then he would just look up, hi, how are you? And then he would go back to what he was doing. So a very analytical kind of person. Okay, yes, thank you. So I just wanted to make sure that I was on the right track there. Okay, so what does he want to say? It's funny, he's talking about something about exploration. What is this? I don't know. I feel like he's referring to something that your wife is thinking about, considering. Like, is she considering exploring other avenues in a job? There seems to be some kind of, like he keeps saying, exploration, other avenues, looking for things, considering. Can you take any of that, Carol, if I'm on the right track? I feel that it's something about it's something about, it feels like it's about career, exploring other avenues. Okay, let me just see what else. And okay, I'm getting two things here. And if it's not career, could you also take that it's something about exploring other avenues, like for her health? Is there something like in regards to, what is it? Almost like it feels like it's an allergy, but you're not quite sure. I don't know, what am I getting? And am I getting like I'm just feeling like digestive issues, almost like asthma. I'm just getting a whole bunch of things. And to me, it just feels like allergic. It feels like allergies. Can you take any of that I said, Carol? I just want to make sure that I'm on the right track here. Sorry. Because he's just talking about exploring something else, other avenues, another path. So at first I got like career, exploring something. And then I felt like it was something about health related. I don't know, unless her career is also in the health area, but and he's identifying your support of your wife. He's saying that, thank you for your support. So if there's some kind of support that you're giving them, and he's thanking you for that, because he's saying that would be a role that I would take on. He's saying it like that. And he's just smiling, and he's like, he's acknowledging you. This is funny. He's acknowledging you as like a surrogate father. Do you understand that? So he's making me feel that you take on a very like protective, nurturing, almost like father-like role in your relationship. That's how he's giving it to me. So I don't know how else to kind of explain that, like the protector, the he's even saying to me like the wise one. He's saying all those things. And he's saying, you're the right person to do the job. He's saying that you're the right person to do this. And he's just saying, you know, he's just saying to everything's going to be okay. He's saying that everything's going to be okay. And he's just acknowledging she's in some kind of, I do not know enough about his wife's side. Okay, because he's saying that she's in a vulnerable state. Do you understand that, Carol? He's acknowledging she's in a vulnerable state. Sir, I can't see the see more. I don't know, something's wrong with my crazy phone. Doesn't like see more. Okay. About his wife's side of the family, but I think you're on the right. Okay. Because he's just acknowledging that she's in a vulnerable state right now. So let me just see what he wants. Let me just get the message rather than say things that you're unsure of. Okay. He's saying again, he likes you, I like her, I like her, I like her. And he's talking about you, Carol. I like her, I like her, I like her. And it's funny how he's like, she's got willpower. She's got backbone. I like her, I like her. He just keeps repeating that. I like her, I like her. He's talking about you and how you're assisting. Okay. And again, he's just saying, you've got that clarity of mind. You've got that it's like you've got that, how's he saying it? Like you've got that like cut through logical mind. Like you get right to the nitty gritty of it. You got it. You know, it's like a laser beam. You know. And that's what he likes about you. And I feel that he was similar to that. Like he could look at whatever he's looking at, financial page or the newspaper, and pull out the gist of it like right away and knew what it meant. And he's just talking about you like that. Okay. Let me just see what the message is. Okay. I think that's part of the message too. He doesn't want you to question yourself. It's funny, he's saying like you're on the right track. For some reason, he's focusing more on you than your wife. It's funny. feel that, okay. He's just saying to me, there's something that you need to do. I think you know what this is. There's something that you need to do. And it almost feels like, I want to use the word amends. It's like putting the puzzle pieces together. So there's something that you need to do that's going to bring it all together. You're going to bring it all together. So it's almost like he's saying, like, it's in your power. You have that ability. You need to know that. It's like, don't leave it. Don't let it, leave it and let's watch. He's saying, no, no, no. He's just like, and of course you have free will. So there's something about something he wants you to do to take action on something, because he's saying that it's going to make a difference. It's going to bring things back together. Yeah. And I hope that does resonate with you, Carol. And just look at this gentleman. Isn't it just amazing how he came through to get me to you and to give you this message? I got all this from the beginning of Kangaroo. He said to me, Kangaroo. So just awesome, just awesome. And the message too for your, yeah, your nephew's going to be fine. He's going to have a great time. He's going to have a great time. So you don't have to. If there's any concern in the family, it's like he's going to be safe. He's going to have a blast. He's saying it like that. I don't know if he's going to be, his location is going to be near the water, but it keeps showing me the beach. Keeps showing me the beach and how he's going to love it, and it's going to be good for him. And the sunshine is going to be awesome. It's like, so there's something about his spirits, like concern, worry. But as soon as he gets there and he gets settled, it's like his emotions are going to be uplifted. And he's like, yes, I know I made the right choice. I made the right choice. So I just want to share that with you. So, and he's saying I think you're going to go and visit him. You may be going to visit him, because I feel like he's saying that. You may go and visit him. So he's just saying that. So maybe you're going to be planning a trip to go and see him too. So yeah. And it's interesting because he's saying again, before I leave, he's saying like, he's saying, I love you. He's saying that to you. He's saying that to you, Carrie. He's like, I love you and I love you. So he's saying, I love you both. I love you both. It's love, love, unconditional love. I love you. I love you. I love you. And he's just repeating that. So he really wants you to get that message that he loves you. He loves you. He supports you. And it's like, I don't know. It's like he's saying, you're the perfect pair. He's saying that you're the perfect pair, meant to be. I love you. And I'm going to leave you with all his love, Carol. So I really do hope that message resonated with you. Awesome. Awesome. That was amazing. Yeah. So thank you, everybody. It's 8:18 and I have to be somewhere by 8:30. And I might just have to run and do a few things before. So I'm just going to give you a few reminders here. So thank you for joining me and allowing me to work with your loved ones in spirit. It was awesome, awesome, awesome evidence. Awesome evidence this evening. It's been an honor to work in service for the spirit world and for everyone. So just a reminder, I do offer mediumship development classes. My beginner classes will start again either the end of March, beginning of April. Check out my website for other services that I offer. I'm so excited because I'm going to be a guest speaker in April at the London Spiritual Church, and in July I'll be at the First Spiritual Church of Galt in Cambridge. So I'm looking forward to that. And next week, I think I'm going to do the Wednesdays, Monday afternoon. It's just, I have so much going on next week. Woo! So I've got to try and fit it in. So I'm going to do it Monday, 3 to 4:30. I'll put that on the post for you. And the following week I will miss, because guess what? I'm going on vacation. Yes, I'm going to Aruba, and I just can't wait to feel that sunshine and swim in the ocean and enjoy myself. So next week will be Monday, then I'll take a week off, and then I'll be back on Wednesday, March the 13th. And in closing, I just want everyone to remember to keep your heart brave and your imagination wild, because anything is possible. Life is just a joy. The journey is a joy, and it is eternal. It's eternal. So just think about that. Like, oh, what a relief. Let's go for the gusto. Let's go for the joy. Let's be happy. You can do it right now. You're so welcome, Lisa. Oh, okay. Carol said, I will play back everything because things are being cut out because of my age. Oh, no problem. Yeah, please do that. So goodbye, Dawn. Goodbye, Carol. Everyone has a lovely evening. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you Monday and then later in March when I have my beautiful tan from Aruba. Oh, thank you, Carol. Lots of love to everybody. Be easy on yourself, okay? Do something for yourself, right? You're number one. Yeah, absolutely. Bye, Valerie. Bye, everyone. Okay, I guess I gotta go. All right, Michelle ready. Take care, everyone. See you again soon. Bye, Kelly. Many blessings to you too. Bye, Dawn. Aw. All right, see you again soon. Take care, everybody.